I'd come to Rome because I had some business with some of the Roman congregations, and I found that even in my short experience as bishop, being bishop only 2 years, if you come to Rome and you meet the people you've been writing to for a year, you get answers and decisions immediately. Because when they have to deal with so many dioceses around the world, you come here, you meet with them, they're very courteous, polite, and everything gets taken care of in one day. That takes 12 months usually to wait for responses. And I also came to Rome because I wanted to have a week's vacation with my two brothers. My brother Steve is a Jesuit priest teaching at Loyola in Los Angeles, and my young brother Kevin is married and lives in Tennessee. And my brother Kevin has never been to Europe, so we've been going around seeing all the sights and also tasting more than a few gelatos. I'm glad this is adjustable right here. The highlight of my trip was this morning. My brothers and I got up before dawn and we went into St. Peter's Basilica just when they opened before 7. And we offered Mass, and I prayed for my whole diocese and all the people that have asked me to remember special intentions when I came to Rome. And they've been emailing me since I've been here. People that need things or they're asking God for special favors. I remembered them at Mass. And we went in, we vested for Mass, and the little Italian altar boy was going to lead us to an altar, and he's looking around, and most all the altars were taken, even at that early hour. And he ends up taking me to the altar of St. Michael the Archangel, who happens to be my patron. So I felt God specially being with us this morning. And then we also made a pilgrimage to the altar of St. Ignatius Loyola in the Gesù, the mother church of the Jesuits. And we brought our intentions to St. Ignatius Loyola and also to St. Francis Xavier, who has his relics in that church. So that was very special for my brothers and me, being products of Jesuit education. I feel I have in common with Pope Francis the fact that we're both Jesuits, and we both took a vow not to accept any promotion in the church unless it was ordered by the Pope. And so I accepted being bishop kind of against my will, in the sense that we are not supposed to seek him to move up, but I took it as a direct order from the Pope. So when I was told the Pope directly chose me and especially wanted me for this job, I felt I needed to do it to be loyal to him. And I couldn't say, I'm a Jesuit, I can't accept. You can't say that to a Jesuit Pope, and the first Jesuit Pope in history. I think this Pope is kind of going out of the normal boundaries of the papacy. Not just the protocol, but he keeps surprising us. We just start doing the year of the consecrated life, and then he said, oh, it's going to be a year of mercy. New things keep coming. So I feel he's a man very prayerful, very open to inspirations to the Holy Spirit. He's very spontaneous, as when he announced the canonization of Father Serra on an airplane, in the middle of a press conference. But I feel with him, it's cor ad cor loquitur, heart speaking to heart. I feel he's really communicating the loving heart of Jesus, and people are experiencing that. And I think that is why he's so popular right now. I have met the Holy Father twice in my recent visits to Rome, and both times he's teased me about being a Jesuit. We wouldn't have the Catholic faith in California if it weren't for Father Serra. He and his missionaries walking up from Baja California to Alta California. He and his missionaries celebrated the first Mass in the Diocese of Oakland. They founded the first church, which is Mission San Jose, which is actually in Fremont, California, which is part of Oakland Diocese, because the mission was kept a distance from the pueblo, or the city. So the city of San Jose grew up in one place, but the mission grew up about 10 miles away to keep the Indians protected and safe from the settlers. So we've restored the mission church in San Jose. I have the ordinations of all my young deacons there, because I want them to be ordained deacon in the oldest church in the diocese, and they'll be ordained priests in our brand new cathedral. So the church is always ancient, always near. So I want that teach by using those two churches. And all the bishops, just about every bishop in the U.S. has been invited to be with Pope Francis for the canonization, to be in Washington for the visit there, and then to go to Philadelphia, where all bishops are taking the train to Philadelphia for the International Meeting of the Families. So I'm looking forward especially to the canonization Mass. And I understand one of the Catholic Indians from the Ohlone Indian tribe in my diocese is going to be part of the Mass. So I'm really excited about that. I'd like to say to everybody in my home diocese of Oakland, while I'm here in Rome, I'm bringing all your petitions, all your prayers, all the things you beg God for at the Prayer of the Faithful or in your private prayers. I brought them to the altar this morning in St. Peter's Basilica, and I offered them the paten when my brothers and I said Mass together there. And I beg God to grant all your prayers. And just know that is really the main reason of my visit here. Here at the heart of the church, where St. Peter is buried, where St. Paul was martyred, where so many saints of the church, men and women, have given their lives for Christ. I bring you, all of you, here with me to the heart of the church.